Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Welcome to drama class. I'm YouTube famous now, available in 2018. The long time ago retro remix. Long time ago. So bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Dried up old levees. Let's talk about some dried up old levees today, shall we? Okay, we're going to talk about Jordan Byers and Manny Mua. I'm so excited about this. Timestamp this at 40 seconds because we're going to get right into this. Okay, first of all, I said I was going to get right into this. I sliced my finger open last night, and so that's why I have this Band-Aid on it. It says moron. Isn't that so cute? So I'm like this on my phone, like old school hunt and peck days. So this video may take me just a little bit longer to get into. I mean, not any longer than it usually does, but to get to the facts. Okay. All right, so a little bit of history if you don't know. Manny Mua is a beauty influencer, duh, right? Jordan Byers, beauty influencer, duh. We kind of know that, right? And, but I mean, on different levels, let's be for real. So months ago, Jordan Byers came out and she alleged that Manny had stolen her term brutally honest, okay? Saying that he had taken her whole idea of doing brutally honest reviews because, of course, girl, nobody before you, okay? This is what kills me about the youth, right? Is when they always think, and I did too back in the day, right? I mean, I'd have some idea and I'd be like, okay, so here's my idea for a book, right? So there's this girl and there's this boy and they're from two different kinds of families and their families don't like each other and then they fall in love and then their families don't want them to be together and everybody's like, yeah, it's Romeo and Juliet. I'm like, no, but it's not Romeo and Juliet. Okay, but when you're older, you go, yeah, it was totally Romeo and Juliet, and that was the stupidest idea ever, right? See, as you grow older, you kind of realize your own mistakes. Jordan, catch up with us now, honey, okay? So anyway, she accused him of stealing from her the idea of brutally honest reviews. Now, I'm 45 years old. Honest to God, I brutally honestly can't remember the first time I ever heard that term, but I think it was probably before she was on this planet. Interestingly enough, the other day I did a video and I was talking about Jeffree Star and Kylie Cosmetics, and the Revelist, just so, I mean, because they're the fact, right? The Revelist website, I love that website. So anyway, I went in and I read this article, and they said in there, Jeffree Star, known for his brutally honest reviews, and I thought that was interesting. I even said in my video, I thought that was Jordan Byers. I mean, doesn't the whole world by now know that Jordan Byers owns the term? Oh, because she doesn't. Jordan, you can pay your $395 and you too can get that trademarked and own it if you want to come for everybody. So anyway, this was the best ever. I live for people being messy on Twitter. Okay, now I don't engage in all that. There's just, listen, I got too much stuff to do, right? But to sit there and read it and be like, oh my God, this is too much, right? So, Tanya Tastic, I'm at brunch today. Here's my little coffee from Cafe Patio in Indianapolis. So anyway, we're at brunch today, and I was just going through some of my social media stuff like this on my phone because I can't use my thumb. And Tanya Tastic sent me a message on Instagram. And it had just happened that Manny was coming out and saying all this kind of stuff, and everybody started talking about it, and I didn't realize it yet, right? So anyway, so thank you, Tanya, for being the first one to send this to me, and then 900 people sent it to me, and then I saw it on Twitter. So anyway, so what had happened was that, hold on, let me get, okay, the exact tweet. So Jordan Byers tweeted out a video, like she retweeted his video. Can you see it here? These are my receipts. Whitney! Whatever you want, anything you want done, baby, I'll do it. The receipts, Whitney. So anyway, so she retweeted his video called Brutally Honest Kylie Cosmetics Weather Palette. And then she said, I am offended, Manny Mua. You told me you would stop using my series, yet you continue to do so. She is so righteous, isn't she? She is, and go read her Twitter, it's real righteous. My brand channel revolves around that series title, and now I don't come up first in search results because you've used it so many times. I'm so disappointed. Well, Jordan, life's not fair. I'm sorry to tell you this. But, you know, you'll learn this one day, that life isn't fair, and that's just kind of how things work. And, you know, if you really wanted to come up with this, idea of a video that nobody could steal from you because they would know that it was like Jordan Byers' idea. Come up with something like deliciously delightful, dutiful reviews or something. I mean, then people would be like, yeah, that was Jordan Byers. Brutally honest? I don't think so, okay? Haul, are you gonna now claim haul too? You came up with all the haul videos? Or, hey, just, how about you come up with that whole thing that everybody's going around now saying, I followed so-and-so's tutorial. You should claim that one too, that would be real good. So Manny says in here, okay, this is where I live. He says, oh, this wasn't the brunch, this was at 13 hours ago. I swear, somebody better stop me before I go in on this little girl, right? And then he says, okay, Jordan, let's have this talk then. 1, honestly, I would have probably stopped if I didn't see you shade me and bash me on your channel about using your title when I didn't even know it was your thing, saying I'm coming in and stealing from a smaller YouTuber. And then he says, once I saw you publicly shade me and come for me 100%, I 100% lost all respect for you, and I never really had a whole lot of respect for it anyway. And you probably know why I don't, right? But we're going to get to that in just a second. For me, I 100% lost all respect for you and no longer gave a shit. So now when I say brutally honest in my titles, I'm not doing it to harm you. I literally just don't care. I kind of live for that, right? It's like, I don't give a fuck. Move on. If you have a problem with it, stop making videos. And then he says, and if you really think your entire channel revolves around 2 words, you're wrong. You have become successful because your charisma and charm have made people happy, not because of brutally honest, and you need to focus on that, not a title, just saying. Well, I actually think she should stop getting so messy on YouTube because when she does, this is boosts her views for her, right? So, and she don't like drama channels anyway, and we're all going to make this video. I already talked to a couple people today, and I know they're making the video. So we're all making the video, right? So you got what you wanted, Jordan, okay? You got a little attention off this for your brutally honest, and Manny got to be brutally honest with you. So anyway, and then he says in here, I agree 100%. I was trying to be nice and go out of my way to not use it, but after her shading me, I'm like, oh honey, nah, I ain't doing this, right? So, okay, that was real interesting in all this, isn't it? But this is what's interesting to me for her coming towards him. I was sitting there at brunch, and we're like eating and stuff, and I'm like, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. And I even said to my husband, I said, I wish I had like a special folder for all my screenshots. And I had like a Jordan Byers screenshots, and this person's screenshots, and Manny Mua screenshots. Don't you? If you were a drama channel, you would. You'd be like, yes, so in February 12th, blah, 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 and you have it all like, probably some of those drama channels out there do, but I don't. But I went in here and I was like, I know there's some things I need to find out in here, okay? So I went in here, and yes, ma'am, I found right here where she says, are you ready? This is so great, okay? Just like 4 weeks ago, on February 6th of 2018, Jordan Byers says, now remember, okay, she just came for Manny Mua, right? She just came for him, okay? And another online presence. So she says, we need to change the way we treat each other. Oh, and thank you, Jordan, for not tweeting and deleting. I appreciate that. We need to change the way we treat each other, change the way we talk to each other, realize that the person on the other side of the screen is just that, a person. Forgive each other. None of us are perfect. This generation lacks forgiveness immensely. Have you done something you shouldn't have done before? Yes. Have you said something you shouldn't have before? Yes. Would you want someone to forgive you for your mistakes? Yes. So why don't we practice this towards others? Now, I actually totally 100% agree with this, okay? And thank you for preaching to me on a Sunday. I really do love that. But what I don't like, okay, is when people preach and then they are hypocritical. So you're not going to come out and say that in 2 whole huge paragraphs on Twitter, okay? And then 3 weeks later, you're going to come out and do the complete opposite, right? Why didn't you just directly message Manny or come out to him and said, hey, like, you know what, we're both online presences. Isn't that what you said here? Something like that. Realize that the person on the other side of the screen is just that, a person. And say, hey, Manny, I realize you're just a person and you screw up too. Can you explain to me why you use my title again when you promised not to? I forgive you, and I understand that we can make those kinds of mistakes. I even said this, that I was a forgiving person 3 weeks ago. But, yeah, instead of coming out with what you did say. The other question I have for you, Jordan, just while we're on questions here is... hold on, is that you don't like drama channels, but then I was going in here and I remembered something that she said, and when she, there was all that drama with, you know who, I'm not going to mention it, I'm not going to even say his name, but she says on here, so-and-so is only relevant because of his haters. The people that want him to disappear are the people that keep him relevant. If they want him to become irrelevant, they need to ignore him and stop talking about him. Otherwise, nothing changes and they are continuing to support him. And then before this, though, she says, so I'm going to make a video addressing you-know-who drama. You can go ahead and ask me some questions, and I will answer them brutally honest. Okay, girl. Oh my Lord. And tell you what's the real tea. Well, what's really interesting to me about this is that she had direct messaged me when all of this went down, because I aligned her with it. And what she said is that she hadn't even talked to him until the week before. So what is the real tea? Well, I guess we'll never find out, because right after that she tweets out and she says, I'm not going to make a video because at this point I feel like I have nothing to prove to people who will hate me regardless of my intentions. I will be releasing a long statement that I've written out in my notes regarding my past and my intentions. And it's like, okay, so you said you're gonna make a video and then you said you weren't gonna make a video. So if other people say they're gonna do things and then they do the opposite of it, and you make the same mistake, so are you holding people to a different standard than you're holding yourself to? I don't understand about this, okay? And listen, I'm forgiving in all kinds of people, especially the younger generation, because if somebody held me accountable for the mistakes that I made when I was younger, oh no ma'am, I wouldn't be sitting here right now, okay? So I'm thankful that a lot of people were, forgiving of me. But at some point, when you have an online presence, you think about what you're doing. No. Don't be getting messy up there, okay? And I don't think that Manny got messy in response. But I did think, that I would go in here and do a little investigations of my own about what brutally honest means. So I went in here and, go Google brutally honest. It doesn't just say Manny Mua and Jordan Byers. In fact, that term has been around for quite some time. Jordan, I know that's surprising to you. But anyway, I did find this article and I thought that I would share it with you, Jordan. And it says 8 brutally honest truths you need to hear if you want to get your shit together. Now, I don't know if this article came out on June 13th of 2017. They might very well have stolen this from Jordan. I don't know. So here are the things that you might want to learn to brutally honest truths, Jordan. Since you love that word so much, I thought I would share these brutally honest truths with you. You need to hear if you want to get your shit together, because I think you're a little messy right now and it might be a good idea for you to get your shit together. But I do think these are things that we can all learn from, honestly, even myself. So let's get right in here. You're going to regret how much time you spend on social media, or maybe what you say on social media. Just a thought, but that's one of their truths. Number 2, your reactions are the problem. So when somebody does something, it's 90% how we respond to them and 10% of what actually happened in life. So you have to think about that. That's another brutally honest truth, and I kind of really love that. And here it says, yes, shit happens, and quite often that shit really sucks to have to go through or deal with. I totally understand. But regardless of how challenging something is, it's always our reaction to it that will dictate how much it is going to impact our lives. I totally agree. What was your reaction? And then number 3, the riskiest thing you can do is avoid risks. And so that's kind of like just stay out of the drama, stay out of the mess. It gets better though. The brutally honest truths I live for. Number 4, you should always have enough money for what matters. And he says, I would love to attend that seminar or buy that course that can change my life, but money is too tight right now. As true as that may be, you should always have more than enough to do the things that really matter. Since beauty influencers are so, always constantly concerned about PR and AdSense money and all this kind of stuff, they just can't shut the fuck up about it. I would say to you, if your money is that important to you, don't get messy, okay? Messy and money don't go together. They both start with M, but, listen, so does demonetized. So you might want to start getting a little cleaning up in there, okay? Before people stop following you. Because this is one thing I have learned by being in the drama community, okay? Is that people do not like infighting. They just don't, okay? I have proven that. I have seen it happen that when 2 channels are fighting, people don't like it. They follow it for a while. They think it's kind of cute to follow. They like the drama, trust. Everybody will come to this video because of what it's about. But after a while, they don't want to. So, Jordan, this is what I suggest to you. If you really have an issue with this, reach out to Manny. Say, you know what, this fight has gone on long enough. I would like, because I don't want it to affect your channel, and I don't want it to affect my channel, but why don't we get together, and is there any way that we could collab or put out a statement together and just say, hey, listen, forgiveness is better than all this. Let's let bygones be bygones and move on. I think that would be the more adult thing to do if you claim to be an adult. Okay, number 5, people are going to hate you no matter what you do. And that is the truth. And when you're on YouTube, you have to realize that people are going to say whatever they're going to say, okay? And on any side, there is always their truth, and the real truth, right? And people are going to take sides because of who they really like, not necessarily based on 100% of what the truth is, okay? So you kind of got to let go of all that kind of stuff. You also might not want to poke the bear. Number 6, blaming only makes you weaker. Let's hear what they had to say about this. In the moment, to unjustly direct blame towards a circumstance or other person may seem relieving, but in the long term, it really takes its toll. The less you take responsibility for your actions and decision making, the weaker you become mentally. Number 7, people don't think of you as much as you think of yourself, or people don't think of you as much as you think they do. From our perspective, the whole world revolves around us. But there are 7 billion people who see it the same way. While we are not all inherently selfish or self-obsessed, we are all far more concerned with how we are perceived by others than how we perceive them. And number 8, not even the perfect relationship is going to complete you. So even if you got exactly what you wanted to get from Manny, and he said in every video, I'm doing a brutally honest review, and I owe this all to Jordan Byers, who is the queen of beauty influencers. Thank you so much, Jordan Byers, for inventing this brutally honest review. Thank you for trademarking it and paying your $395 and owning the trademark to brutally honest reviews. We couldn't do it without you. My channel would not exist if it wasn't for Jordan Byers. Even if he said that and you got everything you wanted, your life still wouldn't be perfect. And that's just something that you learn as you grow up in life, okay? That shit happens, and you gotta figure out kind of as you go how you're gonna respond to it. You know what I mean? Now listen, okay? I think that this thing is really easy to resolve and come for, okay? Now, Manny, Jordan, you two need to sit down, y'all need to have some coffee, and you need to talk this out, okay? We don't need to be fighting about this so that drama channels can make videos about it for the next 15 days. Have it out, okay? Jordan, you need to say, I guess I didn't invent the word brutally honest. Because if you really do believe that you invented the words brutally honest, there's something very wrong, okay? And somebody needs to step in and say, Jordan, we're very worried about you, okay? That's like me saying that I invented the word beauty. You know what I mean? Let's just be for real, okay? So, and Manny, maybe say, hey, I'm the older person here. I can be the nicer, I'm the larger beauty influencer. I will try to help her, but she's gonna have to take some ownership, see? Because this is what happens in life. It's really hard to sit down with somebody and talk to them and have a real conversation with them if they're not willing to own their shit. And you know, I have a hard time today in my own life. I'm sit there, I'll own my shit all day long. I'll say, yes, I did this, yes, I did this, yes, I did this, and this was wrong, and I shouldn't have done this, and our friendship is more important than that, our relationship is more important than that, on and on and on. But if that person sits on the other side and goes, no, I'm not having that conversation. No, they can be gone before somebody drops a house on them. I'm not having that conversation with them. Period. End of story. So I think you two should pull it up a notch, be good role models for all of the beauty influencers out there, show that two beauty influencers can for once, okay, let the fight be gone and get along and just own your shit and move on. That's what I would like to see. So what do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section below. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.